With a new nonprofit on the way, the city of Aurora is making changes on what organizations get the city's money. The Aurora Regional Navigation Campus is expected to open next year. It's supposed to provide wraparound services for those experiencing homelessness. And it's one of the reasons why a couple of other groups will not get city funding next year. 9 News reporter Julissa Irizarry explains.
In a city of about 400,000 people, calls for help are inevitable. Diana Goldberg's organization often answers.
How many families do you guys think you help out a year?
About 1,200.
And how many of those do you think are in Aurora?
About half.
Goldberg runs Sungate Kids. It's a group that helps children who have been abused. They conduct forensic interviews and work with families with everything that comes after, from therapy to prevention education.
So Aurora is our largest reporting district.
But the demand is not aligning with the dollars.
It's the same NOFO we do every year.
In an Aurora City Council study session earlier this month, the Homeless Services Department made their recommendations for the upcoming year. They get their funding from a few places, including public safety assistant grants. That's where Sungate got their $17,000 last year.
Heartbreaking.
But this year, Sungate is recommended to get $0.
Heartbreaking.
Initially, the city of Aurora said it was because of a shift in focus. With the Regional Navigation Campus opening, they wanted to prioritize groups that provide services to families that are experiencing or at risk of experiencing homelessness. They said the two organizations that didn't get funding, quote, either don't primarily work with families or don't provide homeless services. But in 2023, those were some of the same requirements, and Sungate got the money. So we asked again, and a city official pointed to a scoring rubric saying the groups that didn't get funding, quote, simply didn't score as high as the others. They look into things like how successful the organization is in terms of helping people achieve self-sufficiency and getting them housed. Last year, Sungate scored a 79.5 out of 100. This year's scores weren't presented.
So for the city of Aurora to turn its back on us and say, we are not going to give you any money, really translates into we are not investing in the well-being and the health and the future of our children and youth.
Goldberg says the funding loss may mean cuts for Sungate, the last thing she believes the city needs.
It's very easy for people to say, well, they can just find funding elsewhere. There is no elsewhere.
The city says they're focusing on families this year because the Aurora Regional Navigation Campus will be for single adults. City leaders also recommended the Colorado Safe Parking Initiative receive zero funding. That's the group that gives people a safe place to sleep in cars. City Council is expected to vote on this next week.
I imagine all these groups could perhaps, I know that last soundbite was, you think there's other money? There probably isn't. But you need notice just to even try to get other money, and even that other money is drying up.
Yeah, and even Diana mentioned that they have been slowly losing funding from the city for quite some time, for several years. I think at one point they did have $50,000 in funding from the city, and it kept progressively dropping. Last year, 17, now 0. She also mentioned the VOCA funding, the Victims of Crime Act. They lost 27% of their funding from that as well.
This is not a good time. It's the end of the year when you should have all the ducks in a row moving ahead for next year. It's a really tough time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully they can find some help. Thank you, Julissa.